One thing that's always concerned me about the lathe is the lack of protection that you've got from all these spinning parts here. I think it's probably a feature in the 40s. They didn't really pay much attention to health and safety. So I've built this guard, as you can see. It's not quite finished yet. I've got another bit here. So I'm going to attach this bit here, but I want to be able to get to these pins so that I can engage the back gears. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to make this detachable yet. I think what I might do is just have it so I can swing it up like that somehow. In addition to that, I've got to put a guard on the face of here, probably something like that. And also down here I'm going to attach this somehow, probably to this base plate here, and that should give me good protection, certainly much better than I had before. This fencing here is quite difficult to bend, so what I've been doing is using 2 bits of angle iron in my vise, and I sandwich the angle iron like so. Let me just get it in now and then I'll show you. There you go. So I sandwich the angle iron, and then it's very simple just to bend it. That's good for right angles. And the curves, I've actually been bending it around my welding bottle because it's got the same sort of radius that I need. So that's worked out quite nicely. And then if I want a bit more of a bend, I've been putting it against the ladder and just increasing it a little like that. So I've just offered up this piece here, and I've marked around the edge, and now I've just cut it with my grinder. Oh, cutting disc actually. So that fits in here, and now I'm going to put a band of metal over the top so that it will just sit on the top like that, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to attach it in a minute. I've finished putting this guard together, and what I've done is I've welded this lip on the edge, makes it look better, and I've decided how I'm going to attach it. So I've got this, I suppose a tongue you could call it, so that goes behind, that goes behind this part of it here. And I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a captive nut behind here and make a very short bolt, probably with some sort of butterfly wings on it, so I can do it by hand, because from time to time we're going to need to get on underneath here to change the speed. So the way that it's all together now is I've got this tongue underneath here which holds it nice and firmly at the top, and then here I'll have 2 captive nuts with a bolt with butterfly wings on, so I can do it by hand. Then what I'm going to do is exactly the same for the top bit. What I've done there is that's the bolt that's going to keep this end part in place. So I've just taken a bit of material, the thread basically, from the bolt, so that when it goes in, the bolt will stay captive in the outer bit and then screw into the inner bit, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So here's the hole that bolt's going to go through. Now that's threaded. So if I put it all the way in, you'll see that when it gets to the part where I've taken the thread off, the bolt will spin freely. And I've got a bit of play on it as well, so that's now captive in there. And then when I screw it into this nut here, now that nut has been welded. That nut's been welded into place, so that will hold it all securely. And what I'm going to do after that is, once it's all the way in, I'm going to cut the excess off so I haven't got a yard of thread when I want to put it back in or take it off. And I'm also going to do the same the other side, and I'm going to do the same for the motor guard here. Same sort of captive nut system.